Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. Robert Fairchild is returning to the New York stage, co-starring opposite Paul Wesley of the Vampire Diaries in the New York premiere of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, which will begin performances on December 21st. And we dropped by the rehearsal studio to meet the company. You're wearing two hats, you're choreographer and co-starring in this.
Yeah, I'm choreographing my steps, and because I'm kind of the only movement in the show, and it's fascinating. You could do Frankenstein, you could play the monster like you would think it would be, but because I'm a mover, we played around with the idea of doing it a little more abstract. Me looking like myself at the beginning, and to embody the heart of the monster, not the outward appearance. People see the outward appearance and that's what frightens them, and that's what hurts his heart. Becomes fractured, it becomes broken, it becomes black. It's the progression of when somebody doesn't give in any love, bitter, jaded, anger, rage, things that lead someone to do something horrible.
The story of Frankenstein is a very beautiful story, period. It's sort of like, you know, the old school version of it. The archetype is like this ugly monster and this evil laboratory, you know, technician in his, you know, white coat going, it's alive, you know, it's like this kind of, it's really not, that's not the way that Mary Shelley really wrote it. It's much more poetic and romantic, and I just think this is an interesting lens to view that traditional story through. Also the character that I play, the Percy, he's a writer, very famous writer, who, quite frankly, maybe it's my own ignorance, I really wasn't familiar with. So it's been interesting reading his poetry and learning about the story between Mary and Percy.
Why it's called Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Everybody knows about the monster, okay? Mary Shelley wrote the book, and she was probably the first really important English female novelist. And she was married to Percy Shelley, a big-time poet, and they were like the beautiful people of the early 19th century. They ran away and eloped, and they thought romance all the time. They were madly in love, and they were staying in Italy in a villa with Lord Byron, and he challenged them to come up with ghost stories. And so she wrote Frankenstein, and it was the first kind of expression of her coming to life as an artist herself and being influenced by these incredible poets around her. So this play, music theater piece, takes into consideration, she's a character in the piece, we see her writing, we hear her thoughts about it, and we see her relationship with Percy Shelley. And it's we think, a tremendously romantic and exciting piece.
Who are you playing?
I'm playing Mary Shelley, which is amazing. I mean, such an incredible figure in literature and art and history, so I'm thrilled about that too. Yeah.
She must be a fascinating character to play, because I'm obsessed with her stories. I'm obsessed with Frankenstein. I mean, it must be so great just to get into her mind.
Yeah, I mean, reading, you know, her work and getting more into English romanticism, I mean, I didn't really realize how, you know, important that movement was in creating, like, our contemporary kind of experience of ourselves, you know, and now that I'm kind of have a better grasp on that, I mean, it's such a turning point in, you know, shaping of modern consciousness, so it's really fascinating.
This is amazing. I've never participated in a production like this, where you have ballet, you have art song leader, operatic performances with beautiful actors. So I'm really excited, and it's an excellent learning experience for me.
Who do you play?
I'm the musical muse. I represent the spirit of humanity and love, and I'm sort of a protector for Mary and Frankenstein.
I play Mary Wollstonecraft's father, Goodwin, God Goodwin, and I also play DeLacy, the blind man in it, which is very funny. People ask me who it is, and I say, Gene Hackman, you know.
And this world is so different in this production. It's the combination of theater and dance and music and opera and projections. I mean, has it been fascinating working on this?
It has been, because we right up until now, what we have, we just get told, oh, this is when that happens, and now we've been adding things like the music, and then the orchestra, not the orchestra, but the instruments are coming in, and now the kids are coming in. So all of this, the layers are starting to flow, and so it's also getting a little nervous, because you think, oh wait, we got to do this soon. You know, you go for the costume fitting. It's like, oh, that's right, I have to do this.
You're going to have fans coming from the dance world who are coming to the theater maybe for the very first time. It's going to open a whole new world for them. How does that make you feel?
That's why I do what I do. I think I left New York City Ballet in order to reach different audiences and show them what is possible in the dance world. You know, I could have stayed in City Ballet for 5-10 more years, but I would have been performing for the same people who I love dearly. They've been with me for 10 years. But there's a sense of, you know, someone's got to get new audience members, you know, and I love that institution so much that I'm excited to hit the road and bring people back home.